Just had to stop at Franklin's Cafe and Market here at Griffith Park to get me a nice little coffee to get the day started. Hello there, fellow explorers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're at Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California, and we're about to embark on an incredible journey to uncover a hidden gem of music video and cinematic history. Today, we're on the trail to find the elusive filming location for the iconic opening scene from Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now you might be saying to yourself, haven't all the locations for Thriller been revealed before? And the short answer is no. Here's the kicker. This location has never been publicly disclosed. As to exactly why, I'm not entirely sure. That's no longer an issue. We're talking about the place that's been elusive for decades, 40 years to be exact. This is where Michael turns into a werewolf and chases Ola Ray through the woods. You better buckle up, explorers, because this is going to be one unforgettable journey. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe button so you'll never miss another Explorer Tale quest. Now let's take a quick sneak peek into the world of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
You're in East Los Angeles. It's mainly a Hispanic neighborhood. A lot of industry in this area where we are now on Union Pacific Avenue. And unfortunately, somebody leaked to the press or the radio stations today, broadcast that we're going to be all over Los Angeles, Broadway, in this section of town. That's why you see 300-400 children here. And they've all come out to see Michael Jackson.
I think it was the connection.
Well, we're trying to bring back the motion picture shorts. And I wanted Thriller and Beat It to be a stimulant for people to make better videos or short films. I saw American Werewolf in London. We really, really liked it because it was a different type of horror movie. It was comedy and horror. That's the way I saw it. And I said, who's the director who did it? And he said, John Landis, John Landis. I said, great, that's who we gotta get. So I said, get in touch with him.
I was on holiday and I was with my wife and kid in London, just doing nothing. And my agent called me and said Michael Jackson called. So I said to Michael, listen, Michael, I'd love to make something more elaborate, which Michael picked up on because that's what he wanted to do. His whole thing was, we got to be good, it's got to be great, it's got to be big.
The best.
The best.
Yeah, when I say action, open your eyes wide and come forward. Ready, Cynthia? Everybody? Action.
So first I started with this color Xerox of Michael from Rolling Stone. Did these overlays on acetate. First we had to paint out the Rolling Stone and all that. This is just him with corneal contact lenses. We go to scleral contacts, full eye contacts that look like cats. He's got now our first set of teeth.
Michael Jackson isn't Michael Jackson as a werewolf. Michael Jackson is another person totally with the mask.
You put this thing on and you slowly metamorphosize it into this whole other person. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can't help but let the whole mood and the character of it come to life. You can see the way it should walk, the way it should react, the way it should move.
Can you see it now?
That is fantastic.
Let me start this off by telling you a funny story about how my research into this location began. So a few days ago, I decided, you know what? Spooky season's around the corner. I want to show my son a glimpse into the music video, Thriller. And surprisingly, he took it pretty well. Of course, I consistently had to remind him, the stuff isn't real, buddy. They're just wearing masks. They're just wearing makeup. So the next morning we get up and he said, Daddy, I want to watch Michael Jackson turn into a werewolf again. So I was obliged and it's like, okay, cool, let's watch it. We watched it a few times over and over and over again until the gears started turning in my head, and I thought to myself, it's pretty interesting that despite no matter how many fans love this music video, nobody has actually gone out and documented this location. Now, if you live in LA or you visited Los Angeles and you've been to this park, you're going to quickly realize that this place is gigantic. Griffith Park is around 4,210 acres. So finding this location is almost like finding a needle in a haystack. So that right there is self-defeating. However, I'm pretty determined. So here's what I did. With the help of Google Maps and my own investigative skills, with some luck, my first clue came when I was watching the music video and started thinking about the topography and the geography of Griffith Park. And I thought to myself that there's only so many grassy areas in the park with this kind of bend in the road. So let's go through a process of elimination. So I narrowed it down to 2 parts of the park that could be potential locations, and I'll show you the first one. So right here, you're going to notice in the video, in comparison, and right now I'm on location, that I thought for sure this was the spot. It had all the hallmarks of the scene. Right now you got the grassy area in front of me, and you've got the little bend in the road here to the left. And the only thing that kind of tipped me off are the trees where they're located and the fence line that you see in front of me, because you'll see in the video that it's a little bit different. I also know around 2002 to 2006, the park and Griffith Observatory had to undergo some renovations. So it's certainly possible that the area has really changed that much over the years. On top of that, some of the area suffered a few patches of wildfires in 2007 and burned very close to the observatory and near the filming location of where I'm at today. So then I went back to the Thriller video again, and it kind of like hit me out of nowhere. I couldn't help but notice how well the grass in the video was manicured. And I thought to myself, man, that kind of looks like a putting green. And wouldn't you know it, when I checked out Google Maps again, I realized that Griffith Park had more than just one golf course. And I was thinking, okay, now I'm getting somewhere. So after going back numerous times, I thought to myself, here's another potential candidate. And so I was using Google Maps on my desktop, and I dropped the little guide down using Street View. And wouldn't you know it, there was a near identical stretch of fence in grassy area that had the bend in the road where the Cadillac turns in the video. And I was like, I think that might be it. Here is where I was able to determine that this is undoubtedly the exact location from the music video. If you see right here, as the camera is panning to the left, you're going to see the fence, of course. This is my first aha moment. But just to make sure you see here where my finger's at, here's the gateway to the fence that you're going to notice right here. The second aha moment that I had was when you see this tree right here, you're going to see this cross member support. That is the exact location where this tree and this cross member support would be in the video. So the moment of truth. The part when Michael Jackson and Ola Ray are pulling around that bend and they run out of gas, that location is right here. And the reason why we know we're in the exact location is because you can still see this tree off to the right with the little cross member support right there. So to my left is where the car would have been parked, and to the right is where the cross member support is. Oh, and the part where they start walking and they stop to face each other, that was also where I'm at right now, because you'll notice in the background there was a leaning tree that should have been located right around where I'm about to show you. That tree would have been right around here. And if you notice in the video when they're walking, you can kind of see it in the background. I'll try to freeze frame it for you so you can see, but that tree is in the background when they're walking. I would say probably right around here is where Michael would have turned to Ola Ray and asked him, "Will you be my girl?" It was right here, around this general vicinity right here. They would have stopped.
Can I ask you something?
What?
You know I like you, don't you?
Yes?
And I hope you like me the way I like you.
Yes?
I was wondering if you would be my girl.
Oh, Michael.
The whole point of me finding this location was to piece together a puzzle for fans who have long wondered where this location was. A piece of pop culture history that has been hidden from fans for decades has been found. And it's like an ode to the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, whose 65th birthday just passed less than a week ago. I'll end the video by saying this. At no point will I ever keep any locations I discover hidden away from fellow explorers. I'll happily give you the locations, but in return all I ask is that you follow me on Instagram and send me one of those direct messages. I've had a few of you reach out to me and say, hey, where was that location filmed? Or ask me, how did you get into that location? And I certainly don't mind answering a few of those questions. So feel free to comment, like, reply, or whatever you want. See you in the next video. And remember, never stop exploring.